Hey, guess what? We're doing a cold open that is literally a cold open. It's like 33 degrees outside in New York City, and we're here enjoying an outdoor smoke before the show because we can't smoke flower in our room. We'll hit a vape in there, but we just wanted to get a little high first and appraise you of the situation. Pass that shit.
It's so windy today is the problem too.
Right, but that's where the peacemaker comes in handy.
I have a love-hate relationship with this because I really do hate the cold, but I do like getting to wear this sweater.
Look, it stays lit.
Thanks, peacemaker.
We'll see you inside. Enjoy space. Blast off! We're in a hotel room, as mentioned, in the cold open. Taylor is in the basement back in California. And yeah, it's been an interesting week for us here in New York City. We've seen lots of shows and got yelled at by the hotel because one night it was raining, so we just opened the door to the balcony and tried blowing it out into the rain, and apparently our neighbor complained.
We don't know who it was.
There's an alleged complaint. Might have been just a hotel employee walked by the door, or for whatever reason. They're on to us. They called my room and they're like, "You smoked in the room." So not only are we going to charge you to clean the room, which is such bullshit, they also said that if they smell smoke coming from a room again, they'll evict us from the hotel. And we're staying here for a few more nights, so I don't want to lose that money and also then have to go get another hotel room. Like,
yeah, geez.
I mean, as it is, the first time they called, it was like 11:30 at night when they called. So it was just glad they weren't threatening to throw us out that night. But so anyway, so I'm not taking any chances.
No.
So we went outside and smoked some flower, and now we're inside the room, and we'll hit that vape that we bought yesterday.
Do I have it?
I think so.
Okay.
I think you do.
Hell yeah. That's crazy, man. It's like anytime a state or whatever legalizes, I always feel like, oh, it's just safe to smoke in that. But it's like there's still all these hurdles you have to go over and little parameters you have to stay within. It's annoying.
I mean, this is just to keep people from smoking cigarettes in the room, because that really does leave a stench that's hard for them to get rid of. So that's why they charge you so much to clean the room, because it's like a real deep cleaning that it has to go through to get rid of cigarette smoke.
Yeah.
But for, I've been saying this for years, for weed smoke, it just goes away so quickly. And in our case, especially, we were even blowing it out the window. So whoever smelled it had to deal with that trauma for maybe a minute. And then that's the funny part, is now in New York City, every block has a store that sells weed. Every block. And every block you smell weed. You go, "Oh, look at that weed store," then you smell it. It's everywhere now. And even in really cold weather, you could smell it. And so it's funny to me that if someone really did complain, it's like, oh, their life must be miserable if they get mad every time they smell weed.
Yeah, especially now. That's probably what it is. Someone's just super pissed off that they smell it all the time. And they're like, I'm going to go to a hotel where I know I won't have to smell it. And then here you guys are.
Hotels are pretty smoke-free these days, so we're pretty used to going outside or trying to get a room with a balcony. But even when you get a room with a balcony, they'll have a no smoking thing there. But a lot of it is because, same with cruise ships, it's because people with cigarettes think that when it's down to just the very end of it, when they're down to the butt and a little ember that's still lit, they think that's an okay thing to just flick off to wherever.
Yeah.
So they're flicking them off the balcony, and that fucks over us pot smokers who never flick shit off of the balcony because we just smoke out of a pipe or something.
Yeah.
Or when you get to the end of a joint, who takes the end of a joint and just flicks it away? In a public space.
No,
Nobody.
You save
it. Yeah, you save the roach.
That's what I did.
You get
I
every
remember
last bit of that. Like the cigarette, there's just that dumb filter that you have to get rid of.
Yeah, it's stupid.
Anyway,
in the early days of my smoking, I threw away a roach when we were in like a circle of people smoking. I was like, oh, it's gone. And I tossed it, and I never heard the end of that one. So I hold on to roaches.
Million candy positive.
Yeah.
Before I forget to mention, I'm seeing myself in the camera, so I'm noticing it. I'm wearing my Mac and Cheese Festival hat. I met the guy that runs the Mac and Cheese Festival. It's an event that happens in a bunch of different cities, 3 cities. And they just did it in Austin. I wished I could be there, and they've got ones coming up in Portland and Seattle next year. So I'm going to try and check it out. But if you're into mac and cheese, as many of us who smoke weed are, find Mac and Cheese Festival online, especially if you're in Portland, Seattle, or Austin. I'm going to go to one of them someday and make it happen. What are you smoking today, Taylor?
I am smoking OG Kush, I believe, which is a nice indica hybrid. But it's doing it right so far. See if you can see it.
I love it. I just realized I could put a little more light on us.
Ooh, look at that.
Yeah.
I don't know, I can't really see anyway.
I think it looks better.
Yeah, it looks good.
Yeah. Okay, so we're smoking. This is so fun. I forget the label. We threw away the packaging, right?
This is a sour tangy.
Sour tangies.
Dizzy, I've never been served.
Oh yeah, STIIZY.
Oh yeah, those are nice.
It's really good. It's a good shape. It's disposable. It's been hitting good since we got it last night. I every time I get a vape pen, I think, oh, I'm gonna really track this one, figure out how many hits it has, how long that lasts. And of course, halfway through you go, well, we've had this a while. When's it gonna end? Yeah. And then one day it does. Kind of like batteries.
Yeah, there's been like a bunch of vape companies that will be like 263 hits, and then it's like there's no way that's any sort of consistent actual number. So,
I wanted to take down like a disposable camera though.
Yeah, for sure. That'd be awesome.
It's like they should do ads that are like the old Tootsie Pop ads, where how many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop? A 1, a 2, a 3, crunch.
Just have an owl smoking a vape pen for a little while.
Yeah, a 1, a 2, 263. Yeah, I'll do it someday. Because also that's how they'll create brand loyalty. Like if this one really, if I really get like 200-300 hits out of it,
yeah,
I'll be like, oh yeah, I'll try to get that again. Although, with every weed product, the brand loyalty is hard to do, or strain loyalty or anything, because you just don't know what any store is going to have. But I got to tell you about these stores. The one we bought this from is called Goodies. It's on 8th Avenue. The names are crazy. Half of the names have like the word cannabis or something in the name, in a sign above the door. And they look like the old smoke shops that are everywhere. And those are still in abundance here. And I think they, if you ask, sell weed too. But anyway, there's stores that just, what do they say outside? It's like, they just push this, like CBD, Delta, THC. And then you go in and ask, and, everything's like, there's not a lot of choices. Like these stores have a lot of space. Everyone we pass by is like this, kind of big retail space with some, some glass cabinets with the product in it, and a glass case of product, and then, just lots of room. And what was the funniest? There were some of the names were kind of funny, but I can't think of the best one.
Oh.
Or any of them, but like cannabis consumption, like they just say stuff like that, like, but each one has a different name, and I don't know I think in such a touristy neighborhood, I think they just basically just rely on, mostly just people who are walking by coming in. So
Yeah.
like, I don't know if there's going to remain that many of these stores. I don't know I don't know if each one does enough business or if any of them have any kind of customer loyalty.
Well, I would have to assume that a vast majority of their customers are people from out of town. And so it's just a constant influx of new customers, similar to Vegas. I feel like in Vegas, there's no way you can have like a bunch of loyal customers. It's just people who happen to be in town that week.
Yeah, it's true. And then they go and try to smoke in a hotel room and a hotel goes, wait.
Right.
Instead of the other way around, which would be embracing that, all these tourists are going to want to smoke.
Yeah.
So be the hotel that says, go ahead and smoke your, non-cigarette items.
Right. Yeah, I don't get it. I remember in the early days, I was in Colorado and I got a hotel room and I just got a smoking room. I don't even know if those exist anymore, but I just got a smoking room and I just blew it up. So it seemed fun.
When the next time we see Todd Glass, we're gonna do another episode from his place sometime soon. But the next time we see him, I think we probably talked about it in the show before. I got a smoking penthouse room at a hotel I was performing at in Vegas, and I had some people up to the room, including Todd Glass, and we were in there smoking weed in a smoking room, so it wasn't going to really hurt the smell of it because it already stank. Yeah. And security comes knocking on the door. Hey, you can't do that in there. And like, we're in a smoking room. He goes, marijuana is illegal. And we're like, we're medical marijuana patients. Because this was back when you had to say that.
Yeah.
And he's like, show me your medical card. And like, we show him our cards. And he's like, doesn't matter. we did what he asked for. He goes, doesn't matter. Still illegal. You can't, it's the hotel policy. You can't smoke it here. But Todd really went to town with this guy. Like Todd really started arguing with him.
I can see that.
I was getting real worried we were going to get thrown out of the hotel.
So you're telling me that I could smoke cigarettes in this room, but we're not allowed to. I know, Todd. I know how
exactly. You know exactly how he just went after it. Like really trying that Todd thing of like, explain it to me. Explain to me how this makes any sense.
Yes.
And then Todd's always got like, imagine if I were in a park and he's always got some sort of like analogy or some sort of, the person's looking at him like, what is happening?
I think we should just maybe have done a hard out for YouTube today because we're very over.
What do you mean?
I just mean if we want to say goodbye to YouTube, we're very over.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Wow, that was a fast 10 minutes. Holy crap.
Yeah.
Let's do our plugs. What do you want to plug, Taylor?
Just check out my Instagram at Rizzo. I'm going to be posting all sorts of stuff coming up that I got going on. So just check that out.
Right on. It's Alicia Glass also on Instagram. And I'm You Don't Know Doug. I'm messing around with Threads. If you're coming to Threads, come check out my Threads. I'm basically just treating it like Twitter. And then, I still post on X. Because I have so many followers there. I mean, they're leaving. More and more people leave every day.
Yeah.
Which I'm not too upset about, but I'm not ready to abandon it. Like I know it's a lot of people hate what it's become, but it's like well, but me and my followers are all cool.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We're not neo-Nazis or whatever. The people I'm communicating with,
Yeah.
And I can get a glimpse at some of the awful stuff that's going on out there. So I'm not completely sheltered from it like you might be like on your Instagram account. You could just ignore the world, just follow people that put up pretty pictures.
Yeah, look at pizza.
Okay. Oh, so shit. So we're cutting off YouTube. So I want to say before we do that though, that Doug Loves Movies is in San Antonio this Saturday at 4:20 at LOL Comedy Club, and that I'm doing Doug Loves Movies and Benson Movie Interruption in LA in December, and I'm in Orlando Oh, Sacramento, New Year's Eve. Anyway, all of my dates are at douglasmovies.com. Thanks for watching on YouTube. Subscribe to our Patreon, Getting Doug on Patreon, if you want to pay money to see full episodes and bonus material.